Hello and welcome to a pre-match show. The match is between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Chennai Super Kings. Both of them are coming at the back of a loss. I have with me Rahul here and Devashish to discuss today's match. Devashish, I'll straight up come to you with the home team, Sunrisers Hyderabad. How much of a difference are you seeing in the Sunrisers Hyderabad of say previous seasons to the Sunrise Hyderabad setup this season? Do they look more confident and more part of the whole IPL?
I think they look like to be the most powerful, power packed batting lineup in IPL this season. Means with Aiden Markram and Henrik Klassen coming good, and our last match we saw Abhishek Sharma also playing a blinder. And you have a Rahul Tripathi as well.
Yes.
So I think Sunrisers Hyderabad has got that firepower to in their batting lineup.
Taking from what Debashish said, he's saying that Sunrisers Hyderabad has got the firepower. I think before the IPL began, there was a lot of chatter about how having too many overseas players could be a problem for SRH, whom to fit in the playing 11. Do you think they have found their perfect playing 11?
I think so. I think they have found their best 11 so far in this IPL, because if you see the first three matches, they have won one game only, but I think in the last two games it was a close defeat for them. So far I think it was totally a revamped Sunrisers Hyderabad. We haven't seen this kind of attitude, this kind of gameplay from Sunrisers Hyderabad before. In the last 2 or 3 IPL. And one thing I have noticed, in the intent and the approach of the Sunrisers Hyderabad team is very much similar to that kind of CSK as well, because they are also playing with that kind of intent. They are given the freedom from the think tank, and this time Sunrisers Hyderabad think tank, which is piloted by Daniel Vettori, who is another Kiwi, just like the Sunrisers Hyderabad head coach. I think they have also given their driving license to every batter. Abhishek Sharma, the role he is playing, I haven't seen him playing in the last IPL. This time also he was given the driving license to go all out during the middle over as well. And of course they have Aiden Markram, and then Henrik Klassen, who are not bothered by the scorecard.
Absolutely.
At what stage they are batting at the crease. They are just going at the crease and playing all out. I think this time, they have found their best 11 in this.
Rahul, while you were speaking, I was a little distracted because these are not only colorful. If you can get the drink here,
Same
that
here.
drink.
I can't wait for the show to end. And start digging
Exactly.
in.
Can you pass that?
Sure,
Yeah.
why not?
You know what is this? This is basically today's matchup.
Yeah.
Sunrisers Hyderabad, cool watermelon, with Chennai Super Kings, cooler orange. So, your favorite? You pick up.
See, SRH is bit higher here, so maybe they are the favorite in tonight's game.
They are definitely standing taller. But we were talking about the middle order of Sunrisers Hyderabad. But before I ask you the question, of course, we have to dive in this gorgeous looking food. It's very difficult right now for us to shoot because it's lunchtime, Rahul. All of us are hungry. We have got such good food at Cafe Mezuna in Forum Mall, Elgin Road. Do visit the cafe and let us know what is your favorite. Let me take a quick bite of the spaghetti. But before I eat, I'll let Devashish do all the talking. Devashish, the middle order is extremely important. Along with that, Sunrisers is top order. Consider Abhishek Sharma finally coming good, and in the middle, Shahbaz Ahmed, our local boy in the sense, coming good as well. So, tell me how important are Indian domestic players coming good for Sunrisers?
See, if you look at the matchups, I think it is very important for the Indian players, especially when you talk about the batting. You mentioned Shahbaz Ahmed's name. Abdul Samad is one more guy who played an outstanding attacking knock in the last game, but he could not take the team home. But then you also have the likes of Rahul Tripathi, who unfortunately is not getting enough opportunities so far in this season. So there are options, and if you look at the Chennai Super Kings side, vice versa, then you have a Shivam Dubey who has been in form. He looked really, really good. Then Ravindra Jadeja has so far not clicked, so he's again an Indian star. So I think that it's the Indian players who are making a difference. See, and more so the uncapped players. We saw yesterday what
Absolutely.
Shashank
Shashank
Singh
Singh.
played a blinder in helping Punjab Kings win the match. We saw Anuj Rawat. We saw Mahipal Lomdor is another guy. So Riyan Parag for that instance. So this has truly been a league that more and more Indian players are making a difference to their side. Means they are
Absolutely.
rather than the so-called star players or the overseas cricketers.
Absolutely. But one overseas cricketer who has absolutely taken this IPL by storm, and I think Kavya Maran and the team will only hope that they can get, he can get in some wins for Sunrisers Hyderabad. I am talking about,
Classic.
of course, I'm talking about Klassen, and because you guessed it right, you get to eat a beautiful looking kebab.
So,
And while he munches on the kebab, why don't you look at the package that we have made for Henrik Klassen?
The last time Sunrisers Hyderabad played at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, they scored the highest team total in the history of IPL, 277 runs. The wicket looked like a belter and most Hyderabad batters enjoyed the surface. If the surface behaves the same way, the Chennai Super Kings bowlers will have a tough time in the game. And the biggest threat to the visiting team is the man in golden touch for Hyderabad, Henrik Klassen. Klassen has been in fine form in IPL 2024. Not only in this IPL but in the couple of years he has been touted as one of the best batters in the shortest format of the game. In 3 innings in IPL 2024 so far, Klassen has scored 167 runs at a strike rate of 219.74 and looks simply unstoppable. The South African middle order batter has a brilliant record against any team in Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium. In 6 innings, Klassen has scored 334 runs at a strike rate of 197 with a century and a half century to his name. Klassen enjoys batting in Hyderabad and will be all set to thrash the CSK bowlers at his happy hunting ground. CSK have always had the strategy of taking control of a game with their very efficient spinners, and this is where Klassen might take the game away from CSK, as he has an excellent record against the spinners. In T20s, Klassen has a strike rate of over 180 against spinners in 69 games. Will Klassen come in good effect for Sunrisers Hyderabad once again and continue his glorious run of form against Chennai Super Kings? Only time will tell.
And Henrik Klassen has been dangerous, as we saw in the package. But of course, while we speak about the Sunrisers middle order, as Devashish rightly said, the Chennai middle order is no less, with the likes of Shivam Dubey. So here's my question: do you think Dubey has a chance in the T20 World Cup?
of course, and why not? The way he has been playing, and of course, another thing that the way the think tank has given the driving license and Shivam Dubey, and he is perfectly living up to the expectation in his own way. And Shivam Dubey is also not bothered by the run rate of the team, the scoreboard of the team, and he is just playing in his own way. And if you see in the Chennai team, they have Ajinkya Rahane. Then after that, only Shivam Dubey. I think what Shivam Dubey is playing has been last year also he has played a key role for Chennai Super Kings. Sorry, it's because of following a lot of ISL. But this year also he is perfectly doing the same thing as he was doing last year.
Devashish, Chennai has obviously got so many IPL trophies. What do you think works best for them? What Rahul was saying, my takeaway from that is Dubey is very clear about his role. No matter where the team stands in the points table, I think the roles are clearly defined. Do you think that is Chennai's biggest asset?
That is what makes Chennai Super Kings a very, very strong side. Means and they always had this beautiful mixture of youth and experience. Means they have an experienced cricketer like MS Dhoni, who is at the helm. Means obviously the youngsters in the teams, particularly the likes of Shivam Dubey, Tushar Deshpande, Shamir Rizvi is another guy who has done well, who has impressed. When you look at the bowling front, obviously there are Pathirana, Sri Lankan Pathirana, Mahesh Dikshana, they are all youngsters, so they have all done well. And then when you talk about experience, you have a Ravindra Jadeja, MS Dhoni to follow upon, Ruturaj Gaikwad at the start. So they look a very well knitted side. Means and that has reflected on their performance. Yes, they have lost the last match, but then they would love to bounce back before they go back home to take on KKR in the next match at Chipper.
Absolutely. And he spoke about MS Dhoni, vintage Dhoni. But a lot of people are saying that vintage Dhoni. But here's my thing: when was the last time that we had seen Dhoni come out, move towards the off stump, and hit those wide Yorkers? This is not MS Dhoni. This is MS Dhoni 2.0, which is far more dangerous. Tell us something about that innings.
Yeah, we haven't seen these kind of innings that he played against Delhi last year many times. But this year, MS Dhoni, maybe he was prepared to play this kind of innings, a short cameo towards the end of the innings. And I'm impressed with the batting line of Chennai, that they have their tail up to the 8th position, where Dhoni is coming and playing this kind of innings. And I'm expecting, and I can't wait to see another moment tonight as well, when 6 or 7 down for Chennai, and the crowd at Hyderabad will cheer for Dhoni, will celebrate Dhoni coming onto the crease and play another such innings. That's surprising, that they are happy that their batsman is getting out and Dhoni will come. They are not sad with that Jadeja got dismissed or someone else got out, but they are happy to welcome Dhoni at the crease. So that's only possible with Dhoni and Chennai Super Kings.
Dhoni at 8. What does that talk about the Chennai batting lineup, Debashish?
Yeah, obviously, but then Jadeja has not clicked, and this is not that he has not clicked this time. Last season also, he haven't looked the player he is when he plays for India.
I think everybody forgot that whole form because of that one boundary.
Exactly. That helped Chennai win the title last season. But then obviously, and Dhoni, I for one felt that he came a little down the order, because he could have easily won that game had he promoted himself a little bit up the order. And so, but then for me, the perfect matchup, Tushar, if you ask me, will be Pat Cummins bowling against Rachin Ravindra and Ruturaj Gaikwad, because they are the gun players of Chennai Super Kings at the top. So Pat Cummins, obviously, huge expectations. Another guy who has went for a lot of money, more than 20 crore. So and Sunrisers Hyderabad has the perfect blend of the fast bowling attack along with the spinners. If you look at the fast bowling, they have quite a few options in the likes of the experienced Bhuvneshwar Kumar. They have Pat Cummins, they have Marco Jansen, and they have a Natarajan, and they also have the likes
Spinners.
of the spinners also in their
Today,
ranks.
will Marco Jansen find a place in the starting 11, or they will rely on Jaidev Unadkat again?
I think more 3 places. Definitely, they have more of a settled look as far as the 3 overseas cricketers are concerned, with the likes of Aiden Markram, Henrik Klaasen, and Pat Cummins.
Yeah.
It will be the fourth foreign options who
Which they
pick?
have to play with, because
Marco
they
Jansen.
have
Can be
because
Because
so today Marco Jansen might not play today. I'll tell you why. Because Chennai has a lot of left-handers, and that is where you remember how well Mumbai used to use Jaidev Unadkat. Just get him in for the matches.
So I was thinking that Rituraj
And we are
Daryl
also
Mitchell
forgetting
might have
Travis Head.
weaknesses against left-handers.
We are
That's why I
also
thought.
forgetting Travis Head, who has been superb, except for that first match when he did not score too many runs against KKR, but then he bounced back. He did put up a decent show. So Travis Head can also be that 4th overseas cricketer ahead of Marco Jansen, because you have that bowling attack in the likes of Booby, Pat Cummins. So I think overall, if you tell me, I think it will be a very evenly contested game.
Absolutely. But here we are talking about evenly contested games. There's evenly very good tasting food. While we gorge on some food, why don't you gorge on some vintage Dhoni chat?
MS Dhoni will be one of the main attractions when Chennai Super Kings go out for their fourth game of the season in IPL, especially after his blistering cameo in the last match against Delhi Capitals. The 42-year-old turned back the clock by scoring an unbeaten 37 of just 16 balls, a knock that featured 3 sixes and 4 boundaries. Although his team lost the match by 20 runs, fans were delighted to witness Thala batting for the first time in IPL 2024. Dhoni has a good record against Sunrisers Hyderabad and will be hoping to play some similar impactful knocks if given an opportunity, as he is batting in the lower middle order. Looking at the stats, Dhoni's best performance against Sunrisers Hyderabad was mostly in Chennai Super Kings' den. In Hyderabad, the right-hander doesn't have an impressive number. The legendary skipper has scored 134 runs from 8 innings at this venue at an average of 19.14 and a strike rate of 131. He has also failed to score a single half century in Hyderabad. However, with a free mind and without the burden of captaincy, Dhoni can be as destructive as he has been throughout his career and can struck quite a few blows down the order. Dhoni has amassed 95 runs at this ground against Pacers at an impressive strike rate of 148.43, and at that overs, the previous record come handy for Dhoni and Chennai Super Kings. So far, wherever Chennai Super Kings has travelled, the stadium has turned yellow. And with Sunrisers Hyderabad's great run of form in the IPL 2024, it remains to be seen whether the Dhoni effect will be in full flow in Hyderabad.
Coming back from the whole vintage Dhoni that we are talking about, but there's one more change that is going to be a compulsion change. That is, Fizz is not going to play. By Fizz, I don't mean the fizz in my soda. What I mean is Mustafizir. He is not going to play because he has gone. No, he's not injured. It's because of some visa interview date or something that he has gone back to Bangladesh. Who do you think will be coming in?
First of all, going to be a big miss for Chennai Super Kings because so far highest wicket taker for Chennai this season IPL, 7 wickets in the 3 games, and obviously a big miss for Chennai. But for me, I think there are 2 options, Moeen Ali or Mahesh Theekshana, but most probably I think Chennai will go with Theekshana because we have all seen what happened in the last game in Hyderabad. It was totally a belter, 275 for Hyderabad in the first innings. Then then Mumbai also went close to them. But today I don't think, we're not expecting that kind of similar wicket. I think there will be, as I was reading somewhere, that there might
be a new track.
Black soil, there will be a new track. So spinner role will come to play. So that's the reason I think Theekshana will make way into the playing 11 for Chennai.
Both the teams have 2 new captains. One has Pat Cummins, of course, who has led Australia to the World Cup here in India, and the other has Ruturaj captaining. How have you seen the captaincy of the 2 new captains so far?
I quite like the calmness in Ruturaj, the way he has led the Chennai Super Kings. Means obviously bust in to be replacing someone like a MS Dhoni. Obviously, MS Dhoni is still around to help him, but then the calm demeanor that Ruturaj has displayed, means leading the side, he did not look too unnerved when there has been pressure situation, when the things are not going his way. So, but then he has that quality, means, to be a good captain. Obviously, he will have the support of MS Dhoni always there, but then he has really looked on. And coming back to Pat Cummins, obviously there will be expectations. Means obviously, if the Sunrisers brought him into the side as a captain, took him, went so heavily on him to buy, spending so much money because to get the result. Means obviously this is one franchisee who has not done well ever since David Warner has left Sunrisers Hyderabad and Kane Williamson. They haven't looked to be performing that well. So this is their chance. They have the firepower, they have the side to go distance. It's the captain who will make that happen. And so Pat Cummins will have a bigger role, and for them this match will be a very important one because they have to come back to winning ways. See, so if you keep losing 2-3 matches and then you automatically feel that pressure
Absolutely.
of bouncing back in the tournament. So it's always good. Yes, you will in a long league like the IPL, you will have some ups and downs. You will lose 2 matches or you will win, but you cannot afford to lose 3-4 matches at a time. Means then it gets very difficult to bounce back.
Absolutely. And now will be the time that we always know will come in the show, which is the prediction time. But today, I'm not going to ask them to predict. No. We have enough of talks. It's so much good food, and we have Sunrisers and Chennai. So I will simply put first, I'll go to Rahul. You have your 2 drinks, and you just have to, yes, you have to obviously use your mouth, but not with the words. You drink whichever team you think will win.
I will go for this. So I'm expecting
Drink
that.
from it. Yeah, so that's Rahul's answer. We don't want to know why. We'll come to the whys and hows later. We go to Debashish.
No, he did not tested the orange one. So how
No,
did he
it's
say?
not-
How did he say that?
No,
that's
it's
not
about
that yellow.
prediction.
Prediction.
Which one?
I will go for this color.
You have to drink. You can't
Oh,
go for
I have
this
to
color.
drink?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the point.
Thala.
Thala in drinks. What about me? But you see, when you're hosting a show, you have a little bit of an advantage, right? And the advantage is I can always call dips on both. So I'm saying, while I would like Sunrisers to win, maybe get a little bit higher in the points table. Oh, these drinks are so refreshing. I can drink both. But what about you guys? Who do you think will win? What do you think will be the score?
Score. I think today I don't.
They've
think-
come up with 275.
Yeah, but tonight I'm not
Today-
expecting that.
exactly. So
because
tonight what are you
totally
expecting?
It ruins the game because
Yeah.
we can't.
It
expect
ruins
that
the
kind of
game. No, people want to say 6s and 4s, Rahul.
Yeah, they want to
Yes.
watch 6 and 4, but
Yes.
not like that 274 and one-sided game. Not like that. That
Yes,
happened.
one-sided
We
game.
want a
That
match
happened
like the
in
one
DC
that
versus KKR.
Sunrisers Hyderabad and KKR played at Eden Gardens.
Yeah.
We want the
Correct,
match
that
to
kind
go
of
down the
thrilling game,
wire.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yesterday's match was another example. Means obviously
Yes.
chasing 200 and Punjab did win the match with 1 ball to spare. This is what the crowds come in for. They pay the money to see entertainment. It's not about 4s and 6s because then it's totally automatic. Obviously, T20 cricket
And
is
also
over
both
reliant.
batters and bowlers coming into play.
Yes.
You know, the problem
The
with
last
these
game-
2 gentlemen is whatever I ask them, they turn the question around like the spaghetti. I asked a simple question, predict the score.
I think it will be around 180 or 190 because
Around 200.
Whoever gets it right gives me a treat at Cafe Mizuna again. And while we enjoy our food now, why don't you guys also join Cafe Mizuna for lunch, dinner, just hang out with your friends. It's a fantastic ambience and great food. As you can see, some superb drinks as well. While you're doing all this, you're definitely gonna enjoy IPL, and do join Rev Sports because we will be coming in with more thrilling shows, previews, reviews, and we are covering all sports. So also just one word, if you have not seen the interview of the future speed star Mayank Yadav, I think you have missed out on something. Shubhan has taken a fantastic interview. Do watch it. Where will you watch it? Definitely at Rev Sports. What are you waiting for? Watch Rev Sports, interact with us, and do join us. Take care. Till the next time.